Poonam, Dr. S. Shekhar sir is here. Dr. Poonam, please check whether Dr. Shekhar sir is here or not.
Okay. I am checking. Checking.
बस इतना ही है।
चलिए
Dr. Nisha, Himanshu sir is coming.
Okay.
Actually, due to some network problem, he has gone from this meeting.
No issue.
So can we start?
Himanshu sir has
Sir,
arrived.
wait, Sir. Ranveer sir, please wait for a while. We need your formal introduction. Actually, these people must be knowing from where you are and what you are doing and what is your achievements. So kindly bear with us and just wait for Himanshu sir. He is going to talk about your achievements. Thank you.
Oh, good morning, all of you. In the present session, the second session of the fifth day seminar on GLP, conducted by the Department of Chemistry, B. Commerce University. It is very happy moment for us. Engineer Ranveer Singh with us for his dynamic lecture. His area of research work is synthesis, processing, modeling, simulation, designing of the pharmaceutical active materials of plant origin. He is the masterpiece of pilot plant of production of the pharmaceutical biological active compounds. We are sure that we shall learn a lot from his lecture because he is not only a scientist, chemist, but he is an engineer, theoretician, as well as the experimentalist. So we shall learn a lot from his experiences. He is working in CDRI as a senior principal scientist. He also is the officer of the safety and health of GLR in CDRI. So I welcome Professor Engineer Ranveer Singh sir for his lecture. Okay, please sir.
Okay, thank you sir. Thank you
Give
for your
your
nice.
lecture, sir.
So thank you for your nice words. So, today the topic of my presentation will be basically environmental health and safety aspects, because I am the program officer who is looking after the CDRI's GLP related works. So it is the true experiments, basically what parameters we follow and how we do the GLP compliances in CDRI. I will basically discuss on that part, because mostly theoretical aspect and most of the things are done by GLP people itself. So can we start now?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Okay.
So CDRI itself is having the GLP facilities. Following are the brief outline of my presentation, in which why we are needed the GLP or GMP compliances, what is the OECD compliances, and why there is a need for environmental health and safety aspect in GLP. So that brief overview we will do. Then we will go for the life cycle of drug process and product development cycle. How to select the reactors, like the commonly in laboratory synthesis processes we use the batch reactor, but how we go transform batch to continuous reactor and continuous reactor to plug flow reactor or continuously stir tank reactor, we have to follow. Which type of reactor is to be followed, what is the thumb rule for that, what are the guiding principles in designing, that we will discuss. Then we will go for the air quality parameter. What should be the fresh air exchange rate? Why there is a requirement of fresh air? Why the positive pressure is required in the experimental rooms? Waste disposal facilities. How the waste should be classified in the recyclable, non-recyclable, chlorinated, non-chlorinated. Then biomedical waste practices we follow in the our CDRI campus, that we will also discuss. And then what are the safety and fire compliances we must follow, because that is also an important aspect in terms of the facility inspection by GLP teams. Then after that, before planning the study protocol, what is the statistical tools, design of experiment, Six Sigma experiment, Taguchi analysis, by which the number of experiment can be reduced, and by less number of experiment we can get the maximum output, because identification of dependent and independent parameters. And after that, how the presentation of results should be. So this is the brief outline, and this is, and in right side you can see this is the certificate of GLP compliances given to CDRI, where we follow the toxicity and test toxicity and animal care study in the animal house. This is the typical life cycle of a new drug product. So in this drug discovery aspect, as we all know that initially first 2-3 years it takes to establish the lead of the component, which go through the chemistry part, exhaustive chemistry part, then biological part. We go for the in vivo, in vitro studies, and after 4-5 years it is get established that this component is having the potential or lead, and then the product process development as well as the product development part starts. Is it visible to all? Is it visible to all?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Visible and audible both.
Okay. Thank you. So once the lead is established, then we go for the batch synthesis process, because in laboratory we have the batch synthesis. Batch synthesis is the first process which normally the research scholars or the students start, in which they establish the optimization of sequencing routes, and then final outcome, what process we can get the maximum yield or maximum conversion. And once it is established that we have established, then we go for the animal testing, which is the simultaneous activity goes with the product, and if it is qualified in that, then we go for the FDA filing, IND filing for submitted to FDA, and at the same time parallelly the pilot plant establishment for kilo scale study is started. In pilot scale up, we go for the trial production. We see whether the product quality we are able to maintain or not, environmental health and safety regulations we fulfill or not, what are the byproduct, what is the use of byproduct, and if it is qualified for the clinical test, then we go for the production. So if you see typically that the industry which spend, this is the estimated cost in $8,002 million. So after spending of this much amount, we find that industry is having 7-8 years for recovery of that money which they have expended in chemical synthesis to optimization of process and product development. And within 8 to 10 years, you will find that they have to recover this huge amount. So that's why the reason is that this patent life is also within the 20 years has to be expired. After that the molecule becomes generic. So because of that reason, the thing happens is that the multiple country launch model is applied by industry to get the maximization of their profits. And the challenges ahead to R&D scientists is the new chemical entity getting the new chemical entity patent, what are the we have to produce the molecules, we have to produce the compound as per which follow the regulatory reform as well as GLP and GMP compliances, because the manufacturing should follow as the GMP compliances, which is good manufacturing practices, and GLP is the good laboratory practices. So the compound which has been formed should ideally follow the GMP practices, and the process which involves should have the good laboratory practices. Along with this, the supply chain management, suppose the cold molecule or a vaccine is developed, so the supply chain management to reach the wider reach of product in the market, like the small cities and the mode of transportation, like that type of things. So it is also needed. And the quality management or quality assurance that we do through the batch to batch consistency of the product is also need to be done. And along with this, we have the challenges of competitiveness of the product with the global standards. And also now the NPPA, National Pharmaceutical Price Regulatory Authority, is there. So there is a price capping for the proprietary as well as the other molecules. So in the price capping, it is required that the product can be sold not more than at that cost. So because of that reason, these are the major challenges ahead to R&D scientists. And among with the FDA regulations, GLP compliances, this is very, very important. So, and in which the environmental health and safety aspect, which I have shown in previous slide, because during the pilot plant study, this EHS regulation, without which the statutory compliances fulfillance is a little bit difficult to get. So that is needed, because the if you are making suppose you are making a drug from the or lead compound from the natural product, and the byproduct is more than 99%. So before getting the approval for that compound, you have to give the management of what you will do of the 99% of that byproduct, whether it will be discarded, its disposal will be safer or not, how it will be disposed of. And when we go and when industry look after in their point of view, the industry go for the SWOT analysis, strength, weakness, and opportunity and threats. So our major strength in terms of industrial point of view, we see that the manufacturing sector, there is a lot of rebate in terms of is Make in India and Atmanirbhar Bharat, and lot of rebate to small scale industry, MSME industries in terms of tax holidays has been given. There are a number of skill development program government is running to train the skilled manpower, and still the payment to the our manpower we pay is relatively less to other competitive market. But at the same time, when we go for the weakness of this analysis or weakness in terms of that thing, upon most of the product, most of the lead compound could not be converted into final product because of weak industry academia links. And the weak industry academia links lead to that the student is having the priority of submission of their PhD thesis, scientist has priority of their promotion, and in terms of market, the industry has priority of taking measurement of profit. So because of that reason, there